guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Hannah. I'm a professional hairstylist. On this YouTube channel, we talk about everything beauty. If you guys like this video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click that thumbs up button and then leave a comment below if you have any comments, any questions. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right on into this video. So today we are talking about being a new hairstylist. So I am making this more for recent beauty college graduates, if you're in beauty college, or even if you are a new stylist as well. I graduated from beauty college in 2018. So I have been doing hair professionally for about 2 years now. So I just want to kind of talk to you guys at this point what I've kind of experienced transitioning from beauty college into a professional setting, kind of learning the ropes and learning more about this career. I really think it's important for people to get a realistic idea of what life is going to be like behind the chair. So even if you haven't gone to beauty college yet and you're thinking about going to beauty college, this will give you a kind of good idea of what you'll experience after beauty college, if that makes sense. I did make a video on beauty college. I will link that below if you guys are interested to learn more about what beauty college is like. But this is going to be kind of focused more on after beauty college, the reality, I guess. In beauty college, they really don't tell you what to expect, at least from my experience. I was never really told what to kind of expect. If you watch my beauty college video, I did touch on the fact that beauty college really is for teaching you how to pass your board test. They don't really talk about like what you're gonna experience after you graduate other than the test. I'm gonna drop a little tea here. So a lot of my instructors in beauty college, I later found out, didn't really have a whole lot of salon experience. There were teachers that definitely did, but you could tell after beauty college, I could tell, like looking back, who had the experience in the salon and who didn't. I'm not sure like why there's not a rule, like you should probably go and like work in a salon for a certain amount of time. At least in West Virginia, there's not, because there were definitely instructors there that had never been in a salon before. They graduated beauty college and maybe like worked out of their house or something like that, or maybe worked in a salon for a year or something. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on that. At least in my experience, some people might have a different experience. Some states might be different as far as like requirements to be an instructor. But yeah, once I graduated beauty college, I had to take the board test. So let's go ahead and start with the board test. It's not as bad as you think it might be. Like they hype it up to be like, oh, this is like literally pass or fail. Like there's no, like if you mess up, you are failing. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not really true. I definitely messed up on the nail part. I jacked my haircut. Like there were a lot of things that I messed up, and honestly, I wouldn't have passed myself because I messed up kind of a lot, but I still passed. So, I mean, if you're worried about the board test, I know it's hard to kind of like step back and not worry about it. It's a big part of your career. You have to pass that in order to get your license and be in a salon legally, at least. Yeah, don't really worry about the board test. Study what the beauty college taught you. There's like YouTube videos that I would watch too of like practice board tests. A kind of timeline here. So I graduated in 2018. I took my board test a couple months later. It was technically like the beginning of 2019. I had taken a couple months off. The reason being, I graduated from beauty college in West Virginia. I live in Maryland. So I wasn't like really sure if I wanted to get my license then in Maryland and work at a salon in Maryland, or if I wanted to work in a West Virginia salon. I wasn't like really sure where I wanted to be at the time. My mom actually moved to Florida, so there was that too. I was like, do I want to go to Florida? So all in all, I kind of took like 2 or 3 months off. At the time, I was just working as like a manager at Panera Bread. So the spring of 2019, I was like, okay, like I need to make a decision now. I'm waiting too long. So I ended up just making this decision to stay in West Virginia. It was going to be a lot of work to put my license into Maryland or into Florida. Especially, it was going to be really hard to build clientele in Florida straight out of beauty college. I didn't know anybody down there. So that was my decision. I decided to look for a salon in West Virginia to kind of get some experience, build some clientele, really see where I wanted to take my career or where I want to end up. I ended up applying at like 3 salons. I never heard back from one. The other one, I had like an interview and I had to do a trial. I had to do like a balayage on someone for them to like watch me and make sure that I'm like not really bad, I guess. But they knew I was fresh out of beauty college, so I don't know what they were really expecting. But anyways, I did the balayage. It turned out really good. But there was one salon in particular that I was really kind of leaning towards. Just more so the atmosphere in there whenever I went to like drop off my application and my resume. It was like, I don't know, it was just like the environment in there. I felt like I would fit in there. The salon that I had actually had the first like trial with and interview, they were definitely like an older clientele type of salon. They did a lot of like wigs and installations and like anti-thinning stuff. They did like color and stuff like that, but it was definitely like they had a lot of older clientele, which is totally fine. That's just what type of salon they were. I definitely like wasn't leaning towards that. I knew I wanted to have a little bit more of like a younger clientele. I didn't want to do wigs or hair replacement. It was not like something I wanted to do. I mean, I was excited that someone had reached out to me that I was applying to, but a couple weeks later, the salon that I really wanted to get into, they called me for an interview and I went there, got hired, and yeah, so that is the same salon I'm at still. I've been there. I have not left. So just to kind of give you an idea of what to kind of expect when you are looking for a salon. So straight out of beauty college, you have, you know, options as to what type of salon you want to be at, what type of clientele you're really looking forward to doing. So I would recommend looking for an hourly salon. You can do booth rental, but for me, I wanted to be in an hourly salon because I'm from Maryland and I still didn't really know a whole lot of people in West Virginia. I was scared of going towards booth rental and then not having the clientele to like keep up. And the salon that I applied to had a training program, which I really wanted. I just like that my boss really cared about what kind of work was leaving her salon. Obviously, there are salons where they will hire you straight out of beauty college and put you right on the floor right away. And that is just yikes. Not a good idea. Just because, like I said, the beauty college really only teaches you how to pass the test. So you're going into a salon and you're going to start working on clients only knowing what you learned to pass the test. I mean, you can take matters into your own hands and kind of train yourself and do education and sign up for hands-on classes and different things like that. But I really like that my salon provided that training. And it was a hands-on training. So she had like mannequins and she really took like one-on-one time with us to kind of teach us different things and just rewire our brains from beauty college, because there were a lot of things that they taught us in beauty college that don't apply to the salon or are not salon level, if that makes sense. The training program. To touch on that a little, the training program was I think it was anywhere from like 3 to 6 months. It was all kind of based off of how she felt you were doing, if you needed more work, or yeah, just kind of, she would watch you and just see how you're doing. I was pretty confident coming out of beauty college and I was very like, this is definitely my passion. Like on my off time, I'm educating myself. I want to do the best work that I can. So even before like getting this job, I was learning still. I was taking classes and I was watching YouTube videos and really learning and kind of perfecting my craft even before the training program through my salon. So I was really eager to get on the floor. I knew that there were a lot of things that I needed to work on, but at the same time, I'm very hands-on and I kind of learned through trial and error. I ended up doing like 3 months of training just on like mannequins, and every once in a while I would like assist with the other stylists there, but yeah, she really went over like different colors, how to kind of cut down my time. Consultation was a huge one that I learned a lot on because beauty college, oh Lord. So yeah. Maybe I'll do a video on a good consultation. Let me know if you guys would want to watch that. Comment below because I think that is definitely key to being successful in this career. Anyways, back on track. It was actually me and another girl were training. She had been there a little bit longer than me. But yeah, like I said, I was pretty motivated to get on the floor. I was anxious to get on the floor. So I was really kind of pushing it. And I would like ask my boss if I could bring in people, like bring in my friends, bring in my family, even whenever I wasn't done with training, just because I was ready and I wanted to kind of show her that I was ready. Yeah, I'm so thankful for that training. I think training is definitely super important to really learn from professionals that have been doing this and learn different tips and tricks. Another thing that I was looking for whenever I was applying to salons was low-key, I would like stalk all the stylists before I even apply and made sure that like the stylists were up to date on their stuff. Obviously you can tell if they're still doing like chunky highlights and different things like that. Like that's not a place that I would want to work at. So I was definitely like looking at all the other stylists, what kind of work they were putting out, even how they dressed. I would kind of look at like their style, and I really wanted to be at a salon that I felt that I could fit in, that my style fit in, and even kind of like the age group I would look at. So now that I am in the salon, I have a pretty set like clientele. I would say I am like 80% booked every day. Obviously that kind of like will go up and down, especially right now because of the pandemic. I think salons are having a huge adjustment in their clientele and how often people are coming and what type of people are coming, what services people are getting. It has definitely changed the salon life a lot. Before the COVID outbreak, we were double booking. So in between colors, I would do like a cut or start in someone else's color. And we are a team-based salon. So there are like clients that don't really care who they see, or they have certain people that they like to do their color, or a certain person that they like to do their cut. It was definitely chaotic, but like it flowed, if that made sense. So one thing about my salon is we don't have set stations. So that kind of is what makes it like team-based. We move around to each client and it's just kind of, it flows like that. So yeah, I really like how my salon is set up. But now that we are kind of post-COVID, things are opened back up and we're kind of getting back on pace now. Obviously we can't double book anymore. So I see, depends on the services, I see anywhere from like 3 big colors in one day to like 5 people if there's like some haircuts in there. It kind of depends on what I have that day. So obviously not as much as I was getting before COVID, but I like this adjustment. I like kind of slowing down and having more one-on-one time with my clients. So for people that are like just getting hired into salons, this experience might be a little different because I have this experience pre-COVID and I was able to see a lot more people. Maybe that might have helped me building my clientele. It might be a little more difficult now. I'm not really sure, but I can give you some tips on building clientele as a new stylist. So I would say the biggest thing in our career is our social media. So social media is huge. I mean, there's not one person that doesn't have social media. I mean, there are people that don't have social media, but like majority have social media. And that's how they're finding, you know, their doctors. That's how they're finding who cleans their window, who is gonna detail their car. Social media is huge. You really have to learn how to promote yourself. As a hairstylist, you are basically the face of your own brand. Even if you work at an hourly team-based salon, in order for you to bring in clientele, you have to promote yourself. So build your profile on social media, reach out to people, engage with people, really find out what your following wants to see, what type of following you are wanting. Through social media, you can kind of tweak the clients that you're seeing. So obviously, if you're engaging with more blonde clients, then you're gonna see more blonde clients. If you are posting more like vivid colors, you're gonna see more of a vivid color clientele, if that makes sense. You really gotta hone in on what your niche is. So obviously that kind of takes time and experience for some people, especially for me. I still like almost 2 years in, I really can't like narrow it down to one specific thing that I really enjoy. I love colors, I love blondes, I love styling, I love cutting. I think colors and cuts are probably my top 2 right now, but I can't like narrow it down. Like some people are super into blondes, some people are super into lived in colors or balayages, but that comes with experience, I think. And all in all, it just takes patience. It takes patience to build clientele. When you do have a client in your chair, you really have to build a relationship with that client. You need to make sure that you are creating a professional relationship with your clientele, because when you create a personal relationship, that's whenever they start to expect discounts and for you to come in after hours or do this or do that. You really want to make sure that you are kind of creating that boundary, but also kind of allowing them to relate to you. So talking about their lives, let them vent to you, or talk drama, or make their experience a relaxing time where they can kind of chill out, where they can enjoy getting their hair done. And that is the thing with being a hairstylist. We have to be a hairstylist, a therapist, a doctor, and a photographer, and a social media professional. So there's a lot of things that go into being a hairstylist, and it's really kind of narrowing down those different aspects and really perfecting it. When a client feels that you really care about their hair and you're really listening to what they want, that's their first impression of you. The one thing I've learned is a lot of clients don't really get that experience a whole lot. Like sometimes I have a consultation with a client and I'm asking about their hair, I'm asking about their expectations, I'm asking what they're using at home, what they can do better, what is realistic. I really want to take out the time to really connect with them at that first like 15 minutes of their appointment. A lot of my clients are like,
wow, like I've never had someone ask me so many questions,
and they're amazed by that. Obviously, delivering good work is also really important. A lot of the times clients will doubt you. I can't tell you how many times I have been asked,
how long have you been working? Or how long have you been doing hair?
And as soon as I say like 1 or 2 years, I can definitely tell that they kind of react in a little way. They kind of like,
oh, like this girl's still new.
And I want you guys to realize not to take that personal. The other day, actually, I was at the nail salon and there was a new guy there. And I was kind of talking to him, and I won't lie, I was nervous because he was new. And I think that as humans, we're just kind of worriers, and we automatically think with lack of experience, there's lack of skill, and that's not always true. So personally, I kind of like whenever people have that like, oh my gosh moment, because it like pushes me harder to be like, okay, like I'm gonna blow them away. Like they are gonna love their hair, they're gonna be amazed with their results and my lack of experience. Also, let's talk about making mistakes, because you are going to make them. Your first year, even 2 years, even into like 10 plus years. I know some of the girls at work still make mistakes, or they still say, I can do this better. In this career, you're always going to be learning, and especially I think as creative people, we are harder on ourselves, and it's a very diverse career. It's a very diverse industry, and especially on social media, you see this amazing work and these people with you know, 50,000 subscribers and they're doing dream hair, they're doing celebrity hair. Like, there's a lot of pressure on hairstylists. You know, we're getting shown Pinterest pictures with filters on it, and those clients in those pictures have probably paid $4,000 for that, and we have to kind of recreate this picture that has filters on it and that we're charging, you know, 10% of. So I think it's very important to not be hard on yourself. You are going to make mistakes, and when you do make mistakes, be honest with your client. I know one of my very first like color appointments was actually one of my really good friends from high school, and we were doing a balayage on her, and she had previous color, and I knew she had previous color on there. We were kind of trying to lift back through there, and I forget what happened, but it basically just like lifted super brassy, and I was still learning kind of formulations through a new line. So I was learning toners, and like I said in my beauty college video, I didn't really have experience with toners. So I was learning how to tone, and I kind of toned her at a level that she wasn't at. And as some of you may know, you can't tone a level 8 at a level 9. You have to keep it at a level 8 or lower for it to really do anything. So I had toned her wrong, and I brought her back to the chair, and I was kind of drying her, and I was like, this is not, like, it's super brassy still. It's kind of, you know, patchy in some places. So I was very honest with her, and I was like, listen, like, I'm gonna tone you one more time because it's just not the color that I expected or I want you to walk out here with. And she respected that. And I even like had this moment where one of the stylists pulled me aside, and she was like, that was really like professional of you, and that was awesome for you to do, because a lot of girls would blow dry them, style them, and send them home. So it's very important to be honest with your clientele. If you do mess up and you have that time to fix it, fix it. If you don't have that time to fix it, say, hey, listen, there's a spot here that didn't really take very well. At your next appointment, this is what I want to do instead. And they will respect that, I promise you. And you will have clients that don't respect you. Whether you fix it, there will always be Karens. There will always be those ladies that are just never happy with what you do. So don't get discouraged. Definitely educate yourself. It is super important to keep learning. Build on your craft, build your social media, build your brand, really put time and effort into it, and it will start to pay off, I promise you. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who shows love to my channel and my brand. If you guys want to go ahead and head to my Instagram, it is at beautywithhannah_. I keep all of my work there. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to comment below. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.